Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So today I'm gonna talk to you about preparing your horse. I talk to you guys about this all the time, but I can tell you most people don't prepare enough if they prepare at all. So I've been away because I've been at a clinic, so this horse hasn't been worked much. And so what I did was run him around in the arena and not run him around crazy, run him around, change direction, run him around, change direction. And then I was keeping him away from the other horse stall, so I don't let him rest in that corner. Now I'm in the round pen, and you might be like, well, you already ran him around. But yes, but I haven't ridden this horse in probably about 5 days. So what I want to do is make sure he's thinking and not reacting, because sometimes you only get, keep going, sorry, switching my phone to the other hand. So see, he's paying attention, he's starting to think. He's like, what's she want? I see her moving her arms around. So when I do this, I don't make them go around the same direction 20 times. If they're crazy, I might make them go around once and turn, because the turns really do tire them out. But otherwise, it's usually 2 to 3 times, or if I'm talking, it might be 4 or 5, because I'm forgetting. Because the more changes in direction, the quicker you'll wear them out, and the less you'll have to do. And what I'm trying to do is, if it's a forward horse, I'm trying to work its energy off. Sorry about those chickens. This is the best we can do because the round pen's right against them. But with a forward horse, I try to work some energy off, but I don't chase them so much they get crazy. And with the slow horses, you're trying to work on their go button. So if you're like, I come in here and that horse won't move at all, well, he has no respect for you. Because if there was another tough horse in there with him, they would move if that horse to ask them to get out of the way. So if you want to gait well and have control of your horse, nope, sorry buddy, see, he's confused just because I'm moving stuff around in my hands and he's paying attention. But you got to get your go button. A lot of people say, well, the horse won't move. Well, you just haven't found something that it respects enough to make it to move. And if you want it to listen to you on the trail, well, first it's got to be able to listen to you in the round pen. So if it won't go in here and ignores you, you haven't shown it enough that it needs to move and respect your space and go when you ask it. And that's a problem when you have it under saddle, because it saves all that energy to not go. And then when something really does bother it, it usually explodes and starts bucking or bolting or something else. So those horses, it's very important to get in here. You don't have to do it long, 5 minutes is fine, but get that horse moving when you ask them to move. So when you haven't ridden your horse, even if it's out in pasture, doesn't mean it's been running around all day, and they usually haven't because they have food all around them. So it's not like the horses in the wild. You want to bring them in here and make sure that they don't have that extra energy. So when you get on, you will have a horse that's listening and paying attention to you. Good buddy. See, I'm switching hands again. Sorry. I'm apologizing to him because he's getting confused. So now he went the wrong way just because I'm switching my hands. It's okay. So now the other option is you get on and you don't do any of this, and then all this energy that they have stored up is going to come out under saddle. And you might say, well, I can ride it and it's fun, so I like to do it that way. Yes, except you're teaching your horse bad habits. You're teaching that when you get on that horse, he's supposed to go, and he's supposed to go really fast. See him licking his lips, so he's starting to think. So if you go to sell that horse, you're going to have less of a market because your horse is stuck on go, because he's used to going forward as you start out and being a little bit of an idiot, maybe cantering or galloping or just racking, and that's not best for its joints when it's really not warmed up. So this round pen work, you have to do it right. It's not like you just come in and run them around. That's not it. You're trying to get them thinking, wearing off some energy, but going forward when you ask and slowing down when you ask. And if he turns the wrong way or decides like that, for some reason he's going to turn there, you got to correct it and tell him, no, pay attention to me, keep going. So it's very important you get their mind thinking and connecting with you before you actually climb up on their back. Okay, so remember, it doesn't matter if you can ride it out. You're trying to make a good horse, not a bad horse. You're trying to teach the horse to go forward when you ask, to slow down when you ask. And you got to be able to do all that stuff on the ground first before you can usually do it under saddle well. And it makes everything under saddle much easier to do because, again, you're connected with the horse and you have its mind. So how long do I usually do this for? So I ran him around in the arena, probably 7 minutes. And then he started goofing around like, I don't want to run, I just want to eat. So I brought him in here and I'm going to do this 10 minutes. So that's a total time of 20 minutes of preparation for me. And that's much better than trying to hang on, teaching your horse bad habits for a half hour to an hour out on the trail before you connect with their mind, because then they become tired and they're starting to pay attention. So remember, preparation is the key to most of your issues. Again, if you say, well, he's too slow and I can't make him go, and that's why I don't round pen him, preparation is your key. You need to fix that part first. And that's probably the whole of why the horse has been doing bad stuff, is because he doesn't listen to you. He doesn't respect any humans. He doesn't think he has to do anything except what he wants to do. So he might be good at times, and then it might be bad at times because it doesn't care. So the lowering the head is a good sign that they're starting to think and give in. And this can be a forward horse, but he can also be slow. So I'm trying to teach him not to do that, but to turn in. Now, each time, he's got his head out a little bit, right? But he knows inside turns, so I want to keep doing those with him. So I'm not going to turn until I get him to turn inside. And again, this is hard to do with one hand because the other hand's on the camera. But you want to correct every time they do it wrong, so they learn what is right and what is wrong. If you're inconsistent, sometimes I want him, like say I want him to turn in every time, but sometimes he turns out and I don't correct it, then he doesn't get it. He's like, I don't understand her direction. Sometimes it's in, sometimes it's out. And I guess both are fine because she doesn't correct me for it. So he doesn't know what the right answer is unless we tell him. So you have to give him signals, things to do, so they understand on the ground and under saddle. So remember, if you're having lots of issues with your horse, go back to the groundwork first. Make sure all of that is good. The desensitizing, the going forward, the slowing down, that they're paying attention to you. And you'll be surprised how many things you can just fix on the ground.